and welcome back to Jazz's Angel Number Tarot. It is a different vibe over here because today we're tapping into the sign of Taurus for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Wherever you have the Taurian placement in your chart, you could apply this to. Before we get started, check me out on Etsy in the description below if you'd like your own personal private tarot reading. I don't do readings through Instagram DM. Be aware of fake accounts. My only Instagram is linked directly below. Like this video, please. Subscribe to my channel and check me out on Patreon as well. I post my personal spells on there, collective spreads, and so much more. And beyond that, we're just going to see what's up with Taurus during this time. What are the messages for Taurus? Got a lot of action-oriented cards, okay? Ooh, it's gonna get deep. I just know it. Let's see what's going on for Taurus. All right, let's start here. Let's start with choose freedom, because that really got my attention when it came out. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that is just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities that you might act upon. Do some daydreaming, Taurus. Create a Pinterest board. I know this girl who made a dream board in like Google something. I don't know. It's one of those programs, but she made like her own dream board that she would look at every day on her computer. There's so many things you can do. You can create a visual dream board. You can redecorate your space. That's something I personally have been guided to do recently. And doing all of those things will help you envision a new life, a different version of your life. And it'll help you onto a better path. Messenger of thought, a new topic or intellectual project is really exciting for you. There is so much to learn and you feel ready to move forward. New information may require changes to your plans. Review all documents carefully. You know will meet or are someone who loves to learn and share knowledge. This person is brilliant, truthful, but also blunt and not very diplomatic. Interesting. So I feel like you guys are done with games. I feel like you guys are done with games and you're ready to get on a new path. We have the Four of Action. Your hard work and sincere efforts lead you to a sense of safety, contentment, and financial security. You deserve to take a break and enjoy the magnificent life that you've created. It may be time to celebrate a wonderful event, such as an engagement, wedding, buying a new home, or the birth of a child. So celebration is definitely in order, Taurus, but you have to choose to celebrate. You have to choose a path that's going to give you something to celebrate and be happy and excited about. So I feel like these things go very much so in order. First of all, you have to decide to be free, decide that you're going to make a change, and then you start to daydream or visualize or, you know, set things up for yourself like positive affirmations on sticky notes in your space or through looking at a vision board every day. You start to change your thoughts. Spring into action. It's leading you to abundance. Healer of Action. This is a time where you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know that you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who is loving, intelligent, passionate, fun, which definitely describes you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. So yeah, there's a lot of fog to clear. There's a lot going on for you right now, Taurus, and there's a lot being asked of you right now. So you're being asked to just get into it. Just get into it. Just start and just go. Then we have the 10 of Action. Like I said, a lot of action-oriented cards you guys got. You're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between career and personal life. Be willing to ask others for help to lighten your load so that you can make a better care for yourself. Starting to make others happy can be harmful to your health. Oh, it says straining. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to yourself. So yeah, you guys, you've spent long enough caring for other people, taking care of other people. There's a lot on your plate right now, and you're being asked to simplify your life. And, you know, listen, people may give you pushback, but at the end of the day, like, you know, when is it your time? It'll never, like, when is it your time? You know, like, that's just what I feel with you guys. And the universe is saying it's time to make it your time, because people are never going to say, no, Taurus, you know, stop giving to me, give to yourself. People are always going to, you know, just drain you as long as you allow them to. So if you're waiting for someone to have like an epiphany moment where they want to care for you and give you all the love and affection you've given to them, I don't see it coming. You have to create that, the universe is saying. And whoever has benefited up until this point, that was a blessing for them. That was a blessing for them. And, you know, maybe you were there for someone when they really needed it, but now it's time for you to be there for you, Taurus. We have the King of Cups and the Seven of Swords. There's also this need to address how your heart has gotten you into trouble, so that when you move forward, you can, you know, when you move forward, when you choose freedom, walk into this new path, so that you don't end up back here. Because you did end here because you gave too much of yourself at some point. You made someone, you know, think that things would be a certain kind of way without any requirements, you know, and it sucks. It sucks, man, that this is the world that we live in, where you have to be not less nice to people, but you can't give, you know, yourself in your true form. You can't just purely give to people really anymore, because people will just take advantage of it, or they'll feel like they can just, you know, get that from you and that's just who you are, period. When really it's like, not that you're giving to return, but people will still take advantage of it. I think you guys know what I mean. It sucks that you have to even address how you've given too much of yourself, or how you've done too much for people who didn't match that energy up front, or something along those lines. It sucks that you even have to address that people can't just see, wow, this is someone I cherish and value because look at how much they're doing for me, how much they love me, how much they care for me. You know, it sucks that things even have to be this way, that you can't just give yourself, but you can't, you know. So there's a need to address how you have been a part of this in some way. And things not working out, because we got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So I also feel like, Taurus, you may have chosen to give yourself to people who weren't worth a darn, and you may not have taken the time to really get to know people before they grew on you to the point where you're already in love with them, and then you're finally starting to see their true colors. Like after you're already in love and invested, there's a need to address how you've invested your heart in situations without making sure that it was safe to do so. We have the Two of Cups and the Six of Swords in reverse. A little bit of stubbornness, typical of Taurus. A little, you know, Taurian stubbornness. Six of Swords in reverse, not wanting to give up, but it all stems from love. And that's like, I can hear you guys, like, I don't want to give up on you. Like, I don't want to give up on someone. Like, it just sucks. It sucks because it truly does come from a place of love. It does. And now I'm tapping into a Taurus who your parents didn't love you correctly. So you want to extend your love and love people the way that you wished you had received love, or, you know, you just want to be a being of divine love. But Ten of Swords, it has caused you some damage to be this way. So there's changes that need to be made. Who was I talking about this to? Scorpio? I was just telling Scorpio about how, you know, it's not that it's wrong for you to love people, but it's just that the way that you do it, or, you know, and there needs to be some sort of balance with it. You got to restrain yourself. You can't just allow yourself to do that. And there will be someone who you will be able to do that, like you'll be able to completely love them, but you have to set that expectation up front that that's not just, it's tricky because it is who you are, but you don't want to set the expectation that people will get that no matter what. And like I said, it's not about giving because you want to receive, but you should receive, you know, and people need to know that too. So it's like one of those tricky things. We have the Judgment card and the Hierophant. So there's definitely a need to like, as you're addressing the phase that you're walking out of, and you're choosing freedom and you're walking into your future, as you're kind of transforming out of that phase, there's just a need for you to say, okay, what did I learn from this? And it's a lot of introspection. It can be very hard because, you know, naturally we want to say, okay, but this person did this and this and this to me, but people can only do things that you let them to do, Like, you can't control if you're walking on the street and, you know, someone, you know, randomly comes at you. You can't control that. But situations where you see people multiple times, you deal with people multiple days, you go further, like, if your relationship is already on the rocks and you choose to move in with someone, like, that's partially your fault, you know? And it just sucks because there's a need to be real with yourself. Like, okay, what role have I played so I can make sure that I get my shadow side in check and that I'm not allowing myself to keep going with people who don't deserve it, or people who aren't for me, people who aren't right for me. See what's going on in love. Some of you guys are worried about what people are going to say. Yeah, this 2 Tough card is definitely talking about a connection. Like, the road that you're on, I feel like it kind of changed some of you guys too. Whatever it is that you had been through kind of changed you. It changed your heart a little bit. It did make you a little more tough, a little more cold. But also, this is really talking about your future in this current situation. Like, it's too tough. It's too much. It's going to require too much, take too much from you to be valuable anymore. We have shine your light and walking away. Regardless if you're walking away from someone or just a phase in your life, it definitely has to happen. And you can't be with people who down talk you, who say rude things to you, who don't see you as the best thing since sliced bread. Like, you cannot continue to allow them to have a space in your life anymore. You got to be able to shine your light brightly. And if someone is offended or if someone feels a way because you're shining, that's a problem. That is a problem. We have love of a lifetime and positive thinking. So like I said, you're gonna find someone, you're gonna meet someone who understands you, someone that you understand, and they appreciate you. But I do see that there's some lower vibrational things that you're attached to in this situation, in this life. Like, it feels like you guys are kind of being held back by the way things are. Like, maybe, I don't know how to explain this. Like, maybe you're used to your routine though. Like, this relationship maybe isn't what you want it to be, or it's not good for you, but you don't want to miss out on your Friday night evenings where you guys hang out. Like, maybe you have something that is kind of keeping you here. Like, this is a very tantalizing situation. Like, there's something about it that you can't stay away from. But I think that's your shadow side really hooking you into this situation, to this position. We have finding common ground. So I do feel like you guys will be able to be authentic, but we just have to learn to balance it in love. That's all. We have let's take a break, lip service, and sailing. There's those. Like I was saying before, I feel like some of you guys are worried that people are going to talk, or some people are going to say, like, you know, you're not making a smart decision by walking away. Don't worry about what other people have to say, Taurus. You got to go, period. We have let's take a break. If anything, at least for a while, you know, you got to go. Sailing. There's a much easier life for you, I'm getting as well. Like, things can be a lot easier if you allow yourself to simplify this. Let's see what's coming for you. Let's see what could be yours if you choose. That's funny. We literally got flow and trust. So the universe is just like, trust me, you know? Trust. We have going forward. Being out of this situation, out of this energy, is an advantage in itself, I'm getting too. Because it's so funny, I was specifically looking for, okay, you know, what can Taurus look forward to? And I got trust, flow, going forward. So it's like an energy of, like, being out of this situation is honestly like an advantage enough. We have wonders and community though. These are things you can look forward to. A new group of people who get you, a new people who treat you the way that you truly deserve to be treated. We have wonders. So this is the universe blessing you in magical ways, like wonders, things unfolding for you in ways that you just didn't imagine. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. We have stay true to yourself. Oh, and then we have authenticity that came out too with it. So it's not a matter of being a different person. It's just finding balance, and then also making sure you're, you know, setting yourself up for success by only sharing yourself with people who are deserving. Setting proper expectations so that people love you correctly as well. Trust that your real self, whom God created divinely perfect, has the strength and knowledge needed for the situation. And then stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. So I feel like you already know what you need to do. Messages for Taurus. I don't have the messages for Taurus. Perfectionism is the last one that came out for you guys. It says, polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionistic fear to result in procrastination. That happens to me a lot, where I get these ideas and I'm so like anal about it that I try to make everything perfect. And this is the universe definitely telling you to let go and allow things to happen correctly through divine order. Putting yourself in alignment with these things is enough. You don't have to be perfectionistic about it and know every little detail, you know, has to be perfect. Everything has to look correctly. Allow the universe to come through and help you as well. So yeah, Taurus, that was your spread. Check me out on Etsy in the description below if you'd like your own private personal tarot reading. I don't do readings through DM. I will never DM you. Be aware of fake accounts. My only account is linked directly below. Like this video, please. Subscribe to my channel and check me out on Patreon as well. I post my personal spells on there, collective spreads, and so much more. And yeah, that was your read for the day. I love you, Taurus. Be careful what you wish for, and I will see you in the next one.